Today's exercise, we're going to be doing a lower body circuit. So for this, we're going to start off with a stretch. Preferably, you want to warm up by either going for a run or even like a high paced walk to get the heart rate running. But just for sake of time, we're just going to skip the run and walk and just start with stretches. So we're going to start off with the abductor stretch. So some people call it the butterfly stretch. And it stretches the abductors in the hip area. So you want to sit here, pull your feet in, and really push those knees out, and you're going to feel a stretch in the hips and the glutes. You're going to want to hold it for a good 15 seconds. Let those hips stretch out. And then relax. So you want to, if you can, if you have the flexibility, pulling your feet a little closer to you, as far in as you can, and then hold it. And then we're going to move into a quad stretch. So you're going to be standing up. You're going to pull your leg behind you and hold it there. If you don't have the balance, you can hold on to either a wall or something to hold yourself still. And the thing you can do to get a good quad stretch is if you actually push your foot into your hand, you're going to feel a good quad stretch all the way from the knee up into the hips. Hold it there. Switch. Same thing, if you push into your hand, you're going to feel a good quad stretch. Relax. And then you can transition to a hamstring stretch. So you're going to get here and bend over. If you want to isolate the hamstrings, you can even bend the knee just a bit and just stretch down. You should feel a stretch right here all through the hamstrings. Reach down. Alright, now we're going to start with the hip flexor stretch. So you're going to get into a lunge position and you're going to keep an upright torso and push your opposite hip into your leading foot. So it wants to look right here, you're stretching. And if you wanted a more intermediate stretch, you can lift up your opposite arm and push forward while keeping your torso upright. Here, and you're holding it. Switch. Over here. Okay. You're pushing this hip through, the glute, you're squeezing it, pushing through. And then lift up your arm. And then we're going to get into a calf stretch. So you can come up to any wall here and just put your foot up there and just pull yourself in. You should get a good calf stretch. Switch. Go one more time through the whole stretches. We're going to start with the butterfly stretch. Here, go through, hold it, sides. Push into that arm. Okay, switch into the hamstrings. Okay, the lunge stretch. I'm gonna drive that hip through. One last stretch I forgot to mention is the pigeon stretch. So you're gonna get into almost like a figure four. And you're gonna cross this leg and then stretch. You can lean forward. It's gonna really stretch the inner thighs, the glutes. Here. Holding it. Switch legs. Here. Okay, and then do one more calf raise and you're good to go. Calf stretch, sorry, you're good to go. Okay, good. So we just finished stretches. The purpose of this exercise is to do a lower body circuit. So we're targeting the quads, the glutes, the hamstrings. We're gonna be doing some split squats. For that, we're gonna be using this chair. It's almost like a lunge, it's a modified lunge. We're also doing the RDLs. So you can use your own body weight. If you wanna get more advanced, you can use a weight to hold it while you're doing the RDL, the Romanian deadlift. And then we're gonna be doing some hip thrusts right here. So that's gonna target the glutes and help you with hip extension. We're gonna be doing some goblet squats. I'm using a 25-pound plate to put under my heels. And that just mimics squatter shoes or Olympic lifting shoes and lets you sit more into your squat. That's gonna target your quads. If you wanna get a good workout, you can always do a tempo, which is you come down and you slowly do an eccentric count. So you're doing a 5-second count all the way down. And then we're also doing box steps. I don't have a box, so again, I'm using a chair, a wobbly chair, so I'll be careful. And with that, you wanna do, either you can do jumps, but since this is a springy chair, I'm gonna do box steps. And you wanna switch legs, so you're gonna be coming up one leg, and then switching with the other one. And then lastly, we're gonna do wall sits. Since I don't have a wall, I'm just gonna be holding a squat position, and that's again gonna target the glutes, the quads, mainly the quads, and the quads help you with knee extension, so it's gonna help with your jump, your squat, and any other exercise that helps with knee extension. And that's gonna be it, so follow along. Okay, now for the exercise portion, we're gonna start off with some split squats, and you can use a chair or anything next to you, so we're gonna use preferably like a box or something. For this, for home side, we're gonna use a chair. So here we're gonna wanna do, they're called Bulgarian split squats, and you're gonna put one foot up and just lunge in. Try to keep your knee straight so it travels with your foot. So we're gonna come here, and we're gonna do 10 on each leg. Keep your torso upright. switch. I think that was 10. So if you want to take this to more intermediate or advanced level, you can always grab a weight on each arm or just one on one arm and do it there. And if you don't have the stability to do this without losing your balance, you can always grab a pole and hold it to keep yourself stable. Okay, that's 10. And then we're gonna lead into some RDLs. So here it's almost like a deadlift, except we're bending at the hip. So you can use just your body weight, but preferably you wanna have some kind of weight. So I'm gonna use this little 25. You can use a backpack or anything, a water bottle, case of water bottles, a rice bag. So you're gonna bend at the knee and just come straight down. You can hold it here too. Bend at the knee slightly and do a hip hinge and come straight down. And you should feel it right in the hamstrings. 1, 2. So now we're leading into the hip thrust. I'm gonna move this over and we're gonna start here. So here you can use weights again, or you can use your own body weight. The goal is to push your hips all the way through to the top here and really squeeze the glutes. Hold it for a few seconds, and we're gonna do 3 sets of 10, just like all the other exercises. Okay. And the goal is to keep your heart rate going. So after this, we're gonna do box steps. So for box steps, I don't have an actual box or anything, so I'm gonna use this chair. You can find any kind of ledge. If you're outdoors, if you're at a gym, you can actually use a box. So we're gonna do 15 on each leg. Okay, so we're done with those. And now we're gonna move into wall sits. I don't actually have a wall near me, so I'm just gonna get into the squat position, and you can hold that as well. So get into your squat stance and just hold it for 30 seconds. I'll have to count in my head since I don't have my watch with me, so just hold it. If you want, keep your arms right here. Again, if you want to get more of a workout, you can hold a weight in front of you, or if you're on a wall, you can put it on your quads and just hold it. Hold it there. Find the best position to where you feel the most burn in your quads. So for me, it's right here. And if I hold it there, my quads start shaking, and there. So we're gonna start all over. The goal of this is to keep your heart rate again up in the target heart rate zone. So again, I'm gonna start with the split squats. I'm gonna come right here, bring it here. Okay, I'm gonna show you an example with weight. So if I want to do a contralateral split squat, I would put the weight in the opposite arm of my leading leg. So if this is my leading leg, I'm gonna hold the weight right here. So we're gonna go for another 10. Okay, I think that was 10. If not, oh well. Okay, switch, and switch the weight to the opposite arm here. Okay, so if this feels like a little bit too much, you can always cut the sets you do to 2 sets of everything, or you can even lower the reps. So we're gonna come down here again, RDLs. So I won't use this, I'll use this. Okay, again, slight bend of the knees and hip hinge. So there. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna switch over to, forgot this one, the last one. Sorry about that. I'm over here huffing and puffing. So we're gonna do one of my favorites, and it's a goblet squat. If you don't have the mobility, you can always grab a plate, put it under your heels. So I'll show you over here. You can always put it, preferably on a flat surface, your heels, hold the weight in front of you, and then sit into it. So 10 as well. Okay. Go back into the hip thrusts. So here, again, another 10. Sorry, this is in the way. Okay, there. Remember to push those hips through. Squeeze the glutes to the top and down. Should look like that. The primary mover of this exercise are the glutes. They're the ones extending the hip. There. I think that's 10 again. Apparently I can't count. So we're moving back into the box steps. So again here. And we're gonna shoot. This time I'm gonna cut it short and just move for 10 on each foot. So okay, that should do it. Okay, for this exercise, again, if you wanted to take it up a level, you can always hold the weight on the side, one side or both sides, just to make it a little more difficult. Okay, and now we're back to wall sits, or for myself, a squat stance and holding it. So you can do 30 seconds to a minute, whichever you want. We're gonna go for at least 30. Okay, back after a short break. Again, I got my order all wrong, so it's all right though. If you ever get your order mixed up, it's fine as long as you do all the workouts. So again, I'm gonna do some split squats. I'll do it right here this way, so you can see it from a lateral view, right here. Again, if you wanted to see how it looks with the weight on the same side as the leading foot, it looks something like this. Again, here, shoot for 10. Keep your torso upright. Here. Okay, switch arms, switch foot. Here. Again, if you have trouble staying upright or keeping your balance, grab a pole and hold on to it here. Okay, I'm gonna go short, that's okay. Heading over to some RDLs. So if you wanted to do it with the dumbbell, this is how it look here. You can always grab any object again. Bag of rice, milk, case of water, a backpack too. Here, over here maybe. Ooh, yeah, there we go. Heading some hip thrusts. Again, I've seen people use bands on it. You can always grab a weight, put bands on each side, put on the hip to give you that resistance. Again, last set, we're shooting for 10. Remember to push those hips through. Here. Again, if you can't go through, you can either shorten the rep range to 6 or 10. Preferably you want to keep it at 10. If you're tired, you can always cut it short. There. Okay, and then again, the first one I missed, cheated myself, goblet squats. So again, you can always, so an example without weight, you do without weight here. Again, if you want like that deeper squat, you can always grab a weight or something, a heel lift, and slide it under the heels. So that's how we'll look here. Right there, as far down as you can. Feel it in the quads. If you wanted to take another step, you do a tempo goblet squat. Front squat, you're here. Do a 5-second count, come down, hold it, come up. Again, on the eccentric part of the squat, you go down slowly, controlled, and then you come up. So you'll still feel it right on the quads. If you use a weight, of course you're gonna feel it a lot more. Okay, there. Again, there, okay. And now we're gonna go to box steps. Again, I'll do it this way. I'm gonna cut these short and just do it for the sake of time. 8 on each leg. Okay, and that's it for the box steps. So in our last one, it's going to be again the wall sit. Again, preferably you want to find a wall, but since we don't have one here, we're just going to do a squat position. So hold your squat. Here for me is the best spot for my quads. Here, and you're holding it. You can even get into a wider squat if you don't have the balance. Right there. Okay, and that's it.